Hi everyone, it's Jane Celia Hatch, i.e. Bethesda Star, Targeted Shaman. I have some exciting news this morning, very interesting news. I'm working on a book about Princess Diana. I have went to England and I went to her home, her childhood home. Here's some of the books I'm reading right now. It's mostly channeled information from Diana and my journey through Northamptonshire, where she was born, and different places in England where I interviewed people about Diana. And I'm finishing up now, so I'm very intense study. And I can feel her near me because you attract who you're focusing on in your life or what energy. So she's been very close to me. I've been up, nights reading. I just finished Frances, which is about her mother. And it's an important part of my book because my book involves a matricide in the aristocratic world of England, as well as is in everyday life in England and in America. There's a matricide going on in the elimination of the goddess and the mother, and a part of Agenda 21. So there's a lot of different concepts interwoven in this book. But again, I also channel Princess Diana, and I this morning was just finishing up one of the books and wanted to ask her some questions. And so I journeyed to upper world. In the shamanic world, there's lower world, middle world, and upper world. And upper world is generally the place of the saints and the ancestors and the more human oriented guidance, or people who were once human. Lower world is not really lower, it's a different vibration. It's the vibration of the power animals. And all the beings that are in the dream body of Mother Earth. And Middle Earth is the world we're in now. So when I want sort of philosophical guidance, I want to speak to one of my more human guides, ancestors. I have a team of guides. Princess Diana is on that team. And I've been working very closely with her lately because I'm writing about her life. And so energetically, we're being pulled together, which is wonderful. And also at this time, she's very interested in America because her son Harry is in LA. And so she's closer than I generally feel her because she has some focus here. So anyway, I'm trying to get to the point. This morning, I journeyed to her, and I was asking her a question, a couple of questions. Oh, I know. Is there another chapter? Because I've been doing a rough outline of the chapters, trying to make sense of all my channeled reading and my research and how I'm going to divide this up. And I saw a vision immediately of her dancing at the White House with John Travolta. So I found that interesting. I love dance. I've always been, I dance myself. I've always been interested. Diana as well as a dancer. So I thought that was interesting, but I didn't understand the point until she said the Clintons. It was there she interacted with the Clintons, and she wants me to include a chapter about Hillary Clinton and what Hillary Clinton worldwide is participating in as far as child sex trafficking. And she specifically wanted to warn her daughter-in-law, Meghan Markle, who is forming an affiliation with Hillary Clinton. In fact, invited her to Frogmore Cottage in England before she left. So that I got that from Diana, which was really important. And I did think of that. She wants a chapter on the Clintons, and specifically Hillary Clinton and their involvement in child sex trafficking worldwide. And so while I was with her, the U.S. politics is on fire right now. It actually feels like the eye of the storm, but if you're a psychic or a shaman, or you can feel like there's something happening. So I asked her, because she is one of my guides and will inform me on if it's appropriate on world politics. So I said, what is going on now? I can feel something. And so I was given a vision of President Trump, and I generally do see him in, metaphorically larger than life when I'm on a journey. But this time he was Herculean. It was like, that sense, I don't know, what was that show where that Bill Bixby larger and larger and larger. It was in the 70s, so most of you probably don't remember it. But that was a sense. And I'm like, Herculean. I mean, I already saw him as pretty large, but he's Herculean. And then I thought, was he Hercules? I mean, a lot of the Roman gods and goddesses were actually human ones. And before the invasion, we were all like these very extremely powerful beings. And we've been minimized and marginalized by the invading species. It's not a color thing. We've all been marginalized. And so I wondered, because he is a warrior, and that's intimidating to a lot of people. He's not necessarily diplomat, although he does very well at that. But Hercules would be the embodiment of the warrior, and we need a warrior now because the world has been overcome by evil. So anyway, I was shown that he is becoming Herculean. I almost felt like, well, does that mean he's leaving? He's going back to wherever he came from. And I did not get that. And then I saw what I thought was he was throwing, I thought it was spears, this President Trump, as this metaphoric image. I think it was metaphoric. Maybe he was Hercules in another lifetime. So he was throwing what looked like, I thought, spears. And then I looked close, then they showed me a close-up. It was not spears. It looked like sparklers, huge sparklers, and they were being thrown throughout the United States. So they weren't weapons, they were enlightenment. And it looked like a dozen at least, no more than 20, no less than 10 of these sparklers at different places, maybe 12 across the US. Enlightenment. They're revealing something throughout the country at these specific points. And I did ask at that point, will he stay in the White House? And the answer was the White House may no longer be what we see it as. It almost seems like a fortress, a military fortress. The world is going to change dramatically. I've been saying this and I'm seeing it again. So what's happening now is like a culmination of his entire presidency. They've been planning for this moment. They're all prepared. There's layers of support. This is truly the eye of the storm right now. And the storm is coming, and it's coming in the form of enlightenment. But whenever there's light exposing the dark, there's going to be chaos. But this is a major cleansing of this country. And it's going to lead to an exposure of all kinds of evil. But they're scattering, they're running, they're threatening to leave the US. They're going to leave, they're going to be exposed because there's light. Any darkness left, he's actually throwing specific light bolts on different places in the US. It looked like about 12. So I'm gonna end this because that was primarily what I wanted to say, that I'd never seen Trump sort of mythological. When he first got elected, I had a sense of that. And I think I did post something with him with lightning bolts because I had a sense of ancient Greece or ancient Rome or ancient deities reincarnated at a time on the planet when we absolutely needed a reversal, a re-energized reclaim of the planet. So that's big news, breaking news. And also I'm going to continue on. I'm going full speed with this book that's going to reveal a lot about matricide in the aristocratic England, as well as with the commoners in England. The court systems treat all women, rich or poor, the same. They eliminate they're trying to eliminate the feminine. It's actually the foundation of how this aristocracy maintains itself is on the lives of, the women that they destroy, essentially. Unless you're a certain type of woman, like the queen is, the rest of the women are going to be used as fodder for the growth of the aristocracy. And I know that's a lot, and I'll explain that in my book. So I feel both peace and calm and energized, energized to create. So keep creating, keep feeling, keep praying. Yeah, sorry about all that. Anyway, lots of love to everybody. And I'm really excited. So see you soon.